Welcome back, children. Now in today's class of wave optics, we will be discussing about a very small but important topic. Okay, that is regarding the shape of fringes. Okay, what is the shape of fringes? We are going to get on a screen placed in various directions. Okay, so for that first we will start with the first case. Case 1. When the two sources are point sources. Okay, the coherent sources what we are using in Young's double slit experiment, if there are point sources of light, then what will be the shape of fringes? Okay, so for that let us assume that this is your y-axis, x, and perpendicular to it we have your z-axis. Okay, now I am going to keep two pinholes which are point sources of light, S1 and S2, emerging from a source S. Okay, so these are the 2 point sources. In which axis did we place the sources? Along y-axis. So if you have 2 point sources, we know spherical wavefront will be emerging from these 2 pinholes. And now we are going to observe what will be the shape of fringe in 3 different planes. Okay, a plane perpendicular to x-axis, a plane perpendicular to y-axis, and in a plane which is perpendicular to z-axis. Perpendicular to z-axis will be parallel to both. So let us start with first this plane. A plane which is perpendicular to x-axis. Okay, this is your screen. So if you keep a screen perpendicular to z-axis, so if this is a line which is passing through the center, okay, I'll extend it. So you observe that on the screen you will observe hyperbolic fringes. Central fringe will still remain straight. Okay, because if you select a point P on it, path difference remains same throughout the straight line. So central fringe, if path difference is satisfying the condition for constructive interference, it will be bright and straight. But if you go for higher order fringes, it is observed that the fringes will bend as you go for higher and higher order, and the shape of the fringes is hyperbolic. Central fringe remaining straight. What is the shape of the other fringes? They become hyperbolic. So for YZ plane perpendicular to x-axis, what is the shape of the fringes? It is hyperbolic. The same condition is true even for XY plane. Okay, say if this is your YZ plane. So if my surface is this, okay, which is perpendicular to Z axis. So for all the points, okay, if this is S1 and S2, if I take a line from S1 and S2 and select a point at the center, for all the points on this straight line, you will observe that path difference is 0. So for all the points where the path difference is 0, okay, this is your plane. Actually it is XY plane outside the plane of the board. So here also we get hyperbolic fringes. So for XY plane, what is the shape of the fringes? Hyperbolic fringes, but remember central fringe is straight. We get a central straight fringe and the remaining fringes are hyperbolic. But come to this plane. Okay, if you keep a screen perpendicular to y-axis, see perpendicular to x-axis, it is hyperbolic fringes. Perpendicular to z-axis also it is hyperbolic fringes. Perpendicular to y-axis, okay, if your screen is here. Now this is your central bright spot. Now look at the shape of the fringes, they are no more hyperbolic, they are circular fringes. We get alternate dark and bright regions. How do you justify that they are circles? Select a point P. S1P, S2P. Suppose the path difference is satisfying the condition for bright fringe here. So this point is bright. So throughout the circle, path difference remains the same. So if this is your screen, if this point satisfies the path difference for constructive fringe, throughout the circle the same condition is satisfied. So if this is a bright fringe, this whole circle should be a bright fringe. So what is the shape of the fringes in a plane which is perpendicular to y-axis? The shape of the fringes would become circular. So we get circular fringes for this plane, okay, where S1 and S2 are lying along y-axis and your plane is perpendicular to y-axis. For the remaining two planes, what is the shape of the fringes? It will be hyperbolic fringes. Okay, we are not deriving any equations for it, only trying to understand the shape of fringes. So this is for which type of sources? So when the two sources are point sources of light. But in general, in Young's double slit experiment, we always don't use point sources. We'll be using rectangular sources. So let us see what would happen in that case. Look at the second case. If the two sources are not point sources, but they are rectangular sources, like in Young's double slit experiment. How did we place the two sources? Parallel to z-axis. Okay, so this is one slit, another is this slit, and this is your point source of light. So in such a case, when you keep the screen perpendicular to x-axis, okay, so this is your x-axis, that is in yz plane. Okay, we have observed that central fringe is straight. The remaining fringes are almost straight. But if you go for higher and higher orders, so they may become slightly hyperbolic. So higher order fringes will slowly bend to hyperbolic shape. But in general, the fringes are straight lines. But this is the case in which plane? That is YZ plane. So if these are the two sources, then the nature of fringes that we get on the screen, because we have to place the screen only in YZ plane to get the interference pattern. So what is the shape of fringes? It will be straight lines, but just mention that as you go for very high order, they become hyperbolic. So this is all about the shape of fringes.